Have you ever looked at a block of text and thought, man, this could be so much more engaging? Well, you're in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to walk through how to create a drag the words activity. We'll be using H5P inside this fantastic tool called Lumi. It's a super simple but really powerful way to make learning active, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, step by step. So, here's the plan. First, we'll get clear on what a drag the words activity actually is and why it's so effective. Then, we're jumping right into Lumi to build one from the ground up. After that, we'll tweak the feedback and settings to make the experience just right. And finally, we'll cover the best ways to get your creation out into the world for your learners.
Okay, so first things first, what exactly are we building here? Let's break down this specific activity and talk about why it's such a great tool for learning.
Think of it like a fill-in-the-blanks exercise, but on steroids. Basically, your learners see a piece of text with some key words missing. Their job is to grab the right words from a list and pop them into the correct spots. It's a simple but, really effective way to check comprehension and make sure key vocabulary is sticking.
And this is where the magic really happens. You're taking something passive, like just reading a sentence, and turning it into an active challenge. The learner has to actually engage their brain and make choices. And the best part? The activity gives them instant feedback, all on its own, which makes it an amazing tool for self-study. All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty. We're going to jump into the Lumi cloud and find the Drag the Words editor, starting right from the main dashboard. I'll show you exactly where to go.
Okay, so once you're logged into Lumi, you'll see a big button that says Create New Content. Give that a click. You're going to see a huge list of all the cool things you can make in H5P. Now, you could scroll forever, but trust me, the search bar is your best friend here. Just start typing Drag the Words, and when it pops up, hit that Use button. Bam! You're in the editor. Okay, now we're in the editor. This is the fun part. It's time to actually build the heart of our activity. The text, the blank spaces, and the instructions that'll guide our learners. First things first, give your activity a clear title, something like Parts of the Plant. It's also really good practice to fill out the metadata, your author name and license stuff. But honestly, the most important field here is the task description. You want to write crystal clear instructions so your learner knows exactly what they need to do. Now listen up, because this is the single most important role. This is the secret sauce to how this whole thing works. Any word or phrase that you want to be a draggable answer, you just have to wrap it in asterisks. That's it. That one little trick powers this entire activity. Let's look at a real example here. You type this sentence right into the text box. Because the words root and water are surrounded by those asterisks, the system automatically pulls them out, leaves blank spaces behind, and turns them into draggable little buttons for the user. See? It's that easy.
So what if you want to make things a little tougher? Well, you can add what are called distractors, basically extra incorrect words that show up as options. And you make them the exact same way just by wrapping them in asterisks in that same text box. They won't have a matching blank, which forces the learner to really think and not just guess.
Okay, the main content of our activity is built. Now it's time to dive into the settings. This is where we get to fine-tune the whole experience for the learner, controlling the feedback they get and how the activity behaves. Now, this is a feature I absolutely love. Instead of just a generic correct or incorrect, you can give customized feedback based on score ranges. You just define the score percentages like you see here and write a unique message for each one. It makes the feedback feel so much more personal and helpful. If you scroll down to behavioral settings, you'll find these really important toggles. I pretty much always recommend turning on Enable Retry and Show Solution. It just empowers learners to try again and learn from their mistakes. Instant feedback is another great one. If you check that box, they'll get a little check or X the second they drop a word, which is perfect for practice. So we've built it, we've configured it, now what? In this last section, we're going to cover the different ways to get your awesome new activity out of Lumi and into the hands of your learners. When you go to export your file, you've got two main choices. Think of the .h5p file as your master copy, your source code. You'll use that to upload to a learning platform like Moodle or just to save it for later edits. The .html file, on the other hand, is a ready-to-go version that anyone can open in a web browser. It's perfect for just sending it to someone directly. But honestly, maybe the easiest way to share is the deployments feature, right there inside Lumi. With just a couple of clicks, Lumi will create a unique public web link for your activity. You just copy that link and send it to whoever you want. No downloads, no fuss, it's brilliant.
And that's really all there is to it, from a blank screen to a fully shareable interactive lesson. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first? Think about a concept your students always get tripped up on, or some key vocabulary they need to master. You now have a fantastic new tool in your toolkit to help them get it. So go on, give it a shot.